So when you actually think about it, it's the Dutch. The Dutch are the ones that brought free market ideology, free market principles into America with the Pilgrims. You had the Dutch, you had the Swedes, you had the French, the Spanish, the English. I don't even know why I don't identify with the fucking English. I don't identify with them. The fucking George Washingtons, the fucking powder wig wearing fucking aristocrats, stuck up. Oh, pish posh, blah blah blah. Fucking England. They're the English fucking goddamn racists are always like, oh, you come to America, you gotta speak England's language of English of America. That's England. It was Europe. Algonquin. Fuck you. The original language here. There's lots of different Native American languages. Algonquin was one of the major ones spoken. So that would be the language we'd be speaking if we actually talked American. If that was what we, but we didn't do that. It's the lingua franca. Everybody else is talking English. So what am I gonna do? Not that's how everybody fucking communicates and shit. And it's so crazy to me that Europe has all these, they all have their own culture, their own pockets of language and shit, and they're all competing. They're all got all these damn imperialists. And yet here it's just like everybody talks English. Who gives a shit? We're all the fucking same. It doesn't fucking matter. There is a certain convenience in being able to talk people that you already know your language. But who's to say that one language is supposed to dominate over another one? It would make sense actually for people to learn multiple languages. But that's not the case. Why am I talking about any of this? Because the colonists... the Dutch. I tried to figure out what the Dutch was. I've been reading about the Native Americans, and all the writings that we get are from the Dutch, officials, or from the English officials, or from the French. So it's just the white people wrote the shit down, and so we were able to keep a hold of it. And so with the Native Americans, that's all we know about it is the enemy's perspective. And somebody had a badass quote, something about the victor. Because he writes the story. I forget the quote. The quote was just badass, but the same sentiments. The victor are the ones who write history. So it doesn't matter if they win or lose. If they're the ones writing the books, they can write whatever the fuck they want to write. So Denmark is not Dutch. The Netherlands are Dutch. Belgium, Luxembourg, these are the Dutch. And when I think about the Dutch, I guess I get more in touch with my German side. In fact, all English, all people from England were Anglo-Saxons, which came out of Germany. So really, all fucking white people are coming from the same area. England, Germany, France is Frank, which was a Germanic tribe, right? The king of the Franks, Otto the First. No, Charlemagne. Charlemagne was fucking king of the Franks, which is a Germanic-speaking tribe, right? Franks turns into France. Bam. Now we got the modern, fucking Europeans. And the whole reason that Germany was able to unify was because they were racist, because they had all these cultural similarities, and, they've been doing this shit for a long time. The Hanseatic League was a merchant area, right, at the coast of Germany, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, right there next to the United, Kingdom, which where a lot of warfare had happened during World War I and World War II. Lots of conflict going through who controls that river, who controls that channel. And it was all, through the might is right, if you're able to fucking take it by force. But the Hanseatic League was really good at allowing, free trade to prosper. People are here to sell their goods, buy their goods, and move about your day. And so, because they spoke Plattdeutsch, the Plattdeutsch, which was the lingua franca of the Hanseatic League. And lingua franca just being the language that, everybody else is using, the official language for everybody. So the Hanseatic League, the Dutch, the Germans, the Netherlands, the Denmark, these are like the best fucking nations, the best countries today in all the world. So when I'm reading about the Dutch, I hear about my German, my German's ancestry. I hear my the Hessians, right? You had the Hessians that George Washington got the drop on, right, with the Hessians and shit like that. So, you know, they have the Christmas trees were brought over by the Dutch, the original Dutch. The free trade agreements was by the Dutch. The Dutch, like, killed Bim. I mean, they weren't any better or any worse than the colonists. They're just somebody else that had an influence in early, you know, America, in colonial America. So Sweden, Denmark, or Dutch, the Netherlands, the Dutch, the Swedes, Sweden. You know, Sweden had a colony. How many people knows that? The French was the first people that set foot in Kentucky. You know, nobody. There's what French culture we got. Louisville's named after the French fucking imperialist fucker that they chopped the head off to. Louisville. You know, the French Revolution was when the people got the power and they said fuck the royalty, but not here, not in the bluegrass state. We said no. No, hold on to the aristocracy. Let's keep a hold of that. And that's Louisville, right? Nah, it's Louisville. So I don't even know why I don't identify with the English. Even though everybody, I like when people fuck up the language. I love it when people fuck the language up. That's why I like Ebonics. That's why I like the hillbillyonics, you know. Y'all ain't from around here, you know, all the Boom Howards and shit. And then, you know, Ebonics, they don't talk the way you're supposed to be talking. I swear to God, so, you know, if a motherfucking Englishman was to go talk to somebody in motherfucking Appalachia, they'd be like, what fucking language are you talking? Speak English, motherfucker. No, they wouldn't say motherfucker. Oh, speak English, oh, motherfucker. I don't even know how to make fun of the English. Well, I speak English, right? So, indirectly, I mean, I realize this. I'm not, you know, but when you look at, like, why Germany was able to become a country, it was because they were all Germanic-speaking peoples. They had a similar culture, similar ideology. So, could there somebody out of the UK or some other fucking, you know, English-speaking nation that's not America say, let's just make it all England. You know, you know, we made it Germany, right? They all spoke Germanic languages, German-speaking peoples. Well, let's just unite all the English-speaking peoples into England. And so, did we ever fucking leave England? I don't know. There's too many continuations. There's empire, war, conquest, domination, massacres. People getting pissed off about, you know, ISIS beheading motherfuckers. But the pioneers, you had Miles Standish, he fucking beheaded Witawamet, fucking beheaded, you know, Metacomet and Anawan, and, you know, that's what they did was fucking behead motherfuckers. That was like their thing. That was the Pilgrims' things, right? So, you know, the hypocrisy, you know, it never fucking ends. But none of this has anything to do with the Dutch or the English. This whole thing has to do with Denmark. I thought Denmark was the Dutch. They're sort of Dutch-ish, right? The Holland and with the wooden shoes. But Denmark is the happiest country in the world. Netherlands is kicking ass. Luxembourg, Belgium. Kentucky can learn from all the Dutch fucking countries. They can learn from the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is just a goddamn island. Fucking Japan's just a fucking island. And they're like the top 10 economies in the entire fucking world. When I look at Denmark, actually, Denmark is smaller in area than Kentucky. We got more land. They got more people by like 1 million. So Denmark is a smaller country by land, a little bit larger by population. It's comparable. You can compare Kentucky to Denmark. That is a very easy fucking comparison to make. In fact, we need to be making these comparisons, and we need to talk about this shit because, you know, Indiana and Tennessee, these are comparable. I think Tennessee is a little bit bigger than us, and then Indiana's a little bit smaller than us. I think we're nestled in between these two, so that means we could compare Indiana, so, you know, we can feel good about ourselves. We got more land than that fucking, the land of Indians, right? Dark and Bloody Ground's got more land than the fucking land of Indians, right? That's what Indiana literally means, the land of Indians. So, and in Tennessee, I don't know, they fuck all the states besides Kentucky. That's where I'm coming from. You know, don't say that about my state. Whatever, fuck you. Indiana, what's so great about goddamn Indiana? What's so great about Ohio? There's actually really good stuff about these states. And so that's why I think, just listen to what I do in Denmark, okay? You might say, oh, don't be mean to my country, but when I do, you fucking get on the goddamn map, you know? What the fuck is Denmark? I don't know anything about Denmark. The only thing I know about Denmark was a meme that went by. They're the happiest fucking country. They have a tax rate of 80%. 80 fucking percent. And they're the happiest country in the world. Why are they the happiest country in the world? Because they don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to worry about free healthcare, free university. They get free child care. They actually care about parents and working parents and getting people out there. Their minimum wage is $20 fucking an hour. They care about paying a decent fucking wages. This is Denmark. Tiny little, you know, when you look at it, it's like that little knob just kind of sticking out there, right? They got a lot of shoreline, right? They probably got a lot of fucking ports and shit. We got the fucking river. We got a river. We can send it up and down the river and shit. And plus, it's modern America. You know, you can just send it out the fucking. Now you got the river, so that goes to the ocean, right, at New Orleans. And then you also have, you know, transportation, trucks, and airplanes and shit. So I mean, you can move shit. You know, if they could have moved shit fucking whatever 200 years ago, we could do it today. I don't know. I just think that we could compare the things. I think we could compare a lot of the nations, especially Indiana and Tennessee. But Denmark, let's see what Denmark is doing better than, you know, all the rest of the world. So they're the happiest country. When you want to say what is the best country in the world, what are you measuring? If you're an economist, you just care about the GDP. If you're an average Joe off the fucking street, what do you know about the GDP? Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, the best damn country in the world. You love yourself, love where you live, but open your eyes and see what is real, what isn't real. You know, there's good and bad in everything. So if you just have a rose-colored fucking perspective on the entire world, you're part of the problem. You know, hey, starving African, just be positive. If you just keep your head up and just work hard, you'll eventually, no, you won't. You'll fucking starve to death. You will die, okay? That's 30,000 children starve to fucking death every goddamn day, you know? So, to you know, just say, well, just smile and the world will just smile right back at you. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I was telling a joke to my fucking friend, you know, it was a Louis C.K. joke, but it's like, you know, how was your day or something? He was like, why do people even ask that? Like something nice is going to happen? Nothing nice happens. What do you mean? And it was a joke, right? It's just a fucking joke. Sure, some nice shit might happen, but really, day to day, you know, nothing fucking, you know, it's not. Oh. We're better than West Virginia in terms of our GDP, so that's another good thing we could fucking feel proud about. But Tennessee, Missouri, Indiana, Virginia, Ohio, and Illinois are actually the top 10 economies in the United States. China, Germany, Japan, France, UK, Brazil, these are the top fucking 10. UK, man. So I think we can learn from France, we can learn from Brazil, we can learn from the United Kingdom. What's the point, you know, what, I don't even understand the fucking point. Love it or leave. Love it or leave what? If you're talking about Kentucky, are you talking about the Republicans? We got a Democratic governor. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I gotta quit arguing with these stupid dumb fucks. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And so why do I even engage in the conversation? Why do I even fucking placate or see what the... Hey there, Mr. Dumb Fuck who never thinks about shit. What do you think about this? Well, I don't really know anything, but the damn immigrants are really pissing me off. It's because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so that's all you fucking know what to say? Oh, by the way, I don't know shit about politics, but goddamn it, I'm a motherfucking racist. Really? That's your fucking contribution? You know, get the fuck out of here. So, it's also Sweden, too. Sweden had a lot of good-ass fucking things. Free healthcare, free university, free healthcare. Universal healthcare. They've had it forever. Universal fucking college. Had it forever. $20 minimum wage, 33-hour work week. So, last month, Denmark is crowned the happiest country in the world. Right? This is 2013, November. So, this is just a year and 2 months ago. So, Denmark is crowned the happiest country in the world. They do these world happiness reports all the time. And they said the way that they measured the happiest countries was they took 6 factors together. 6 factors explain 3/4 of the differences in life evaluations across hundreds of countries and over the years. The 6 factors for a happy nation split evenly between concerns on a government and on a human scale. The happiest countries have in common a large GDP per capita, healthy life expectancy at birth, and a lack of corruption and leadership. So, you know, there's a scientific analysis. It's not like, hey, who's got the bigger smile? Ah, Denmark, you smiling the best. You're that. No, there's an actual scientific thing that goes behind this. So they split it up, right? They said the 6 factors for a happy nation split evenly between concerns on the government level and then on a human scale. So the happiest countries have in common a large GDP per capita. Per capita. I mentioned Luxembourg. Luxembourg has the highest. Luxembourg and Qatar, Qatar, which operates with Sharia law. And Luxembourg has fucking kings and queens and shit. Tiniest countries in the fucking world. They're not, you know, they're not the low or the high or the third world or second. They're the middle class or middle fucking worlds or whatever. So anyways, the GDP per capita in Luxembourg and in Qatar are the highest in the world. And that's really the number that you need to look at. You know, who gives a shit if China can produce a whole bunch of shit when they got a billion motherfuckers working, you know, slave laborers on the assembly line. Yeah, real fucking great thing. If you could get, you know, a fucking nation where your GDP per person is just exploding, everybody's producing a whole bunch of shit. If you can get that, then you will have a strong economy. That's what economists say. That's what this happiness fucking scale says. That's all that matters is your GDP. The total GDP is what they compare, you know, nationally on. But it doesn't make any sense for United States to even be compared to United Kingdom. United Kingdom is like one state, one country. So it would make more sense to compare the European Union to the United States. And that is a good comparison. In fact, the European Union is beating the United States in terms of being the top economy in the world. So Germany and Europe they're fucking getting smart about shit, okay? They're fucking getting on shit. They're even the Swiss franc, you know, they went ahead and went with the euro. So they, you know, they bottomed out or leveled out or some shit. The Swiss franc, the Switzerland, the banker motherfuckers, right? Switzerland, $10,000. They're just passing out to anybody. Europe also buys people's trash. Remember in Back to the Future when Doc Brown comes back and he just starts putting trash in the car and that's how he makes the trash go? That is going on right now. We are learning now, figuring out how to use our trash and turning that trash into energy. And the country that's doing it is actually running out of trash to turn into energy, so they're looking to buy other people's trash from other countries. Why the fuck haven't we done that? What the fuck? You know, are we that stupid and backwards and redneck and toothless and idiotic that we would say, well, goddamn it, my daddy been fucking beating the shit out of all of us talking about God, Christianity and shit, so I ain't going to change, not now, not ever. Shut the fuck up, man. You change every fucking day. And the fact that you try to grasp onto something that's, you know, that happened yesterday, there's something wrong with your fucking mind. You got to roll with the punches, go with the flow. You know, the change is inevitable. So you just got to be able to, well, I don't even, maybe keep institutions alive so that way, you know, no abrupt changes happen. You know, start a corporation, start an institution, whatever, get some power and wealth so then you don't have to worry about change. You know, but the change is going to happen. It's inevitable. It happens every day. You know, your toddler's going to grow up. They're going to graduate. You're going to get old. You're going to die. So, you know, news fucking flash. I don't know if anybody knew that shit. Conservatives and liberals have been fucking battling this shit out for years. So for liberal to be a cuss word, even for socialist to be a cuss word, in America, the freest country in the fucking world, we can't even talk about another economic system. No! You shut up. It's all capitalism. Oh, really? Well, what's this Social Security about? Well, Mitch McConnell's going to fuck you guys on Social Security, which is all right because you guys are fucking me in Social Security. Y'all don't give a fuck if I get Social Security. That's why you voted that fucking rat bastard in. I hope he fucking takes it from you motherfuckers. Social Security? Why are we paying Social Security to pay for you old ass motherfuckers that don't do shit? I'm sick of it. Now, this is what Kentucky wanted. This is what America's all about. They're so goddamn racist. Fuck them. Cut them off the fucking welfare. Cut them off the economics. If they're being goddamn serious, they can't. They're liars. They're hypocrites. They pretend like they're fucking rich and they're on the dole. Kentucky takes more than their fair share of the fucking federal dollars. $1.50 actually is what they take back. So they're gonna lie, be hypocrites, pretend. You know, they're fucking bunch of two-faced fucking fake-ass pieces of shit. And we need to value intelligence, and we need to value what Denmark and other countries are doing, so we can, you know, get better. We can do better. We can do what they're doing. So what are they doing? Okay, so let's see. Let's keep going. Happiest countries in common have a large GDP per capita. They got a healthy life expectancy at birth and a lack of corruption in leadership. Well, Kentucky has all the corruption in the world. Healthy life expectancy is pretty good, right? Meaning that you're going to live for a long-ass time. You're born, you're probably going to live for a long-ass time. So that's like, you know, the government scale. The human scale, which individual citizens have a bit more control over, a sense of social support, freedom to make life choices, and a culture of generosity. So these 6, indicators were what they used to measure if a country was happy or not. Are you happy? Are there a lot of corruption? Probably not happiness if everybody's fucking corrupt. Healthy life expectancy. You gonna live for a long time. Y'all making a lot of GDP, so the economy is good. And then a sense of social support. I'm not sure if that means a social safety net, or if that just means you got family and friends, willing to fucking pick you up if you fucking fall down. Maybe it's both. Freedom to make life choices. You got options, and a culture of generosity. People are nice. People are decent. This is not Kentucky. Kentucky doesn't do any of this shit. A sense of social support. Nah, before we were supposed to say, Southern hospitality. Kentucky's full of a bunch of dicks. Kentucky's full of a bunch of fucking assholes. They are fucking stuck up psychopaths. They think their shit don't fucking stink. And they don't give a shit about anybody else but their own goddamn self. So, let's do like Denmark. Let's change this stupid fucking, psychopathic dog-eat-dog type of capitalistic fucking casino-style capitalism. Some sing, some swim, who gives a fuck? Let's change it. Let's be our brother's keeper. Yeah, make your money. Yeah, run a business. Those things make sense to me, right? You organize something, you get something together, you go make money. That makes sense. But does that mean you don't give a shit about anybody? Does that mean you don't, offer some big thing about me? One is I got morals. The other thing is I like to offer information to people that, if they didn't know anything, I'd be like, well, here this thing is, here that thing is. I am fruitful. I am free, freeful. I guess I'm more liberating and more... I just get, if you need information and I got information that can help you get to where you're going, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to teach you things. But motherfuckers don't like to teach things. They like to know shit, keep the fucking shit that they know close to their chest and not talk about it. So a sense of social support, having people that's got your fucking back, that's a goddamn dream. That's a fucking dream. I hope we can get something like that. Denmark, the happiest country in the world. A sense of social support, of course. Freedom to make life choices. It's supposed to be a free country here. Economics forces you to have less life choices. A culture of generosity. People being, charitable and stuff. So, no corruption in the leadership. We got 41 fucking jailers. They don't even have a jail. What are we paying them for? Just to stand around and jerk everybody off. Oh, good job, sheriff. You caught that man. Good job, jailer in another county. Way to hold that man. And rah, I'll cheer you guys on. That's what I'll do. Good for you guys. You need, whatever, a bunch of cocksuckers. So whatever, you got, Bevan and Comer and motherfucking Conway. Bunch of cocksuckers, right? I don't know. It's just something I need to say. It's just sometimes you just got something inside you. They're a bunch of hypocrites when it comes to marijuana. So fuck all these... The candidates for Kentucky so far suck. They don't even speak honesty. They don't even tell the goddamn truth. That's fucking bullshit. When's Kentucky going to have this conversation? We got so many fucking issues and shit. We don't even talk about this stuff. What was our conversation with Allison and Mitch? Allison, hey, I know how to shoot a gun better. Fuck the Mexicans. I'm going to raise minimum wage. But I'm going to do the Keystone Pipeline. I'm going to make sure the fucking Pennsylvania Power and Light Company makes a shit ton of money off of our coal. That's what Allison Grimes saying. Mitch was saying, I'm going to screw the shit out of you motherfuckers. I'm going to take all the money from the rich people and I'm just going to say, corporations, do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I'm just going to say yeehaw and I'm going to smile to the camera and pretend you're fucking stupid because I've been doing that for the last 8 years. And surprise, surprise, America, y'all fucking stupid. When the economy's bad, people blame the president. They kick the president out. That's why Mitch has been fucking with the president for 8 fucking years. He's borderline treasonous. Borderline, the fucking Democrats, John Kerry, about, shit a brick when they try to make him say he was against the troops or some shit. Oh, you're against the troops. You don't even give a fuck. You're against the troops. But he wasn't, right? You're actually for the troops if you don't want them to die for needless, stupid fucking reasons, right? Anyways, there is now a rising worldwide demand that policy more closely align what matters really matters to people. Them characterize their well-being. So all these things matter. What is it that Denmark? Because there's other rich countries, wealthy democratic countries with small elected populations. So what is Denmark doing better than all the other Nordic countries? Because Sweden, Finland, those Scandinavian countries are kicking ass. Germany's kicking ass. The United Kingdom, France. I'm not even sure how Spain and Portugal's doing. Greece, I've been hearing some bad news out of, but there's a lot of European nations, right? There's a lot of countries there. Any sort of landmass with people we could compare and contrast. So if Tennessee's got 10 Care, and then the Tennessee Promise, where they're doing the community college thing. You work for a few years, you work at community college, you pay, it's totally fucking free. They call it the Tennessee Promise. So Tennessee has a fucking healthcare system. We got a fucked up Kentucky Fried pension system here. So Kentucky is really horribly mismanaged. The laws are all fucked up. It's time for a constitutional convention. It's really needed. And I don't think there's anybody in Kentucky actually got the fucking balls to do it. Nobody in Kentucky. And they, 30% turnout rate, things are bad here. Motherfuckers, when you don't have any goddamn fucking plumbing and shit, you don't have your basic necessities, be hopeful. Don't allow your poverty fucking get your spirits down and shit. But be fucking serious. You need water, you need electric, you need food, you need some type of fucking social safety net. No, we don't want welfare fraud, people living on fucking food stamps, but the less than 0.5% of the fucking budget that we spend for food stamps is way better than any other fucking money that we spend. You give $200 to a poor family for food, they will spend all that on food, or maybe they might, exchange something for diapers or some shit, that money will get spent. It will be put back into the economy. And if you're telling me cut the fucking food stamps and chance motherfuckers dying, you're an evil fucking bastard. It's the same shit y'all were saying about the fucking healthcare. Let them die. Freedom, freedom. It's all about a free country. Let them die. That's what Ron Paul says. Let them die. And that's Rand Paul. That he's gambling with Kentucky's. He's basically putting Kentuckians on the railroad tracks and hoping that fucking Casey Jones will see the fucking railroad, the train way down the tracks, and it'll fucking stop. The South gets more money from the fucking federal government than any other fucking location, and they're the biggest fucking dicks about it. There's a lot of talk about just cutting you all off, and I'm part of Kentucky too. Y'all gonna fuck me over, If I needed some, assistance and I was not able to get it, and that would totally. What am I gonna do? Just fucking be destitute and homeless for the rest of my life? Let's be like Denmark, okay? So what does Denmark do? Denmark supports parents. I'm actually read all this stuff so that way I can stay on it. Denmark supports parents. Healthcare is a civil right and a source of social support. Gender equality is prioritized. They care about women being in politics and in leadership positions. Biking is the norm. Lots of biking, lots of energetic exercising people. And Danish culture always puts a positive spin on its harsh environment. Because Denmark is cold, right? It's always freezing. They have lots of darkness, but they're able to maintain a positive output. And so they have a culture where they, being positive is one thing, but also being realist is another thing. Hey, this guy looks like a nice guy, right? Nice father, carrying, holding his son. He loves his son. He cares about his son loves him. It's a beautiful fucking picture. Seems like he's well dressed, pretty hip dressed or whatever. Look like an older man or so. This looks like a good fucking country. I like this picture. It says Denmark supports parents. Well, you know what they do with the parents? Not only do they have maternal leave, every family gets they get a year of paternal leave on the average. The average maternal leave is about 10 weeks. But in your lifetime, the family will get about a year's worth of parental leave. Mothers are able to take 18 weeks off, and fathers can get 2 weeks. So mothers get, here in America, you go to the fucking hospital, you have your baby, you go to work, that fucking day. As soon as you can come back, what the fuck are you doing? We need you to be here at work today, right? Just like in school, you show up every day on time, every day on time, all the time, never fucking stop. That's what you do. You're owned. Unless they have some decent fucking, maternal leave program in the company. But that's only if you got a decent fucking job in a decent company, which most people don't have. So Danish families, you know, they get 52 weeks of parental leave, 18 weeks. So that's what, about over 4.5 months that the mother gets to be with their newborn child. That's great. 4 fucking months, you should be, you know, relax. You just had a fucking human. You brought another human into this world. You know, maybe people, oh, you didn't have a manual. Read the fucking manuals. If you didn't know shit about children, take your 4 months and read some manuals and learn about what the fuck you're actually doing. 2 weeks up to 100% of the salary. So men can get off for 2 weeks, right? Help the woman out. Help be there for her, right? If she needs to do something. Or just 2 weeks if you get, you know, there's a lot of stress with you. You could be with the baby. You could be making ends meet. So, and they get 100% of the salary. So they get to take, you know, 4 months or a half a month off for their fucking kid. And then they get 100% of the money that they would have got had they been working. So they don't lose anything by having a child. You know, and that's actually, I think that's how some people are fucking making it today. They're poor. They don't want to get stupid, shitty fucking work. Just have babies. Get on fucking government. But it's not the black people doing that. It's the white people. There's a bunch of white niggers, just like what fucking Robert Byrd was talking about. He eventually did get better, right? He stopped calling black people niggers. He says white people are niggers. So he progressed. And basically all he was saying was that, you know, I guess there was white trash or whatever. And I'm not talking about white trash. I mean, it's all, that's my people or whatever, the lumpen proletariat. But that shit exists. So if you want to sit there and say, cut the people off the fucking teat, that would be cutting your damn Social Security off. Yeah, get off Social Security, you fucking stupid-ass piece of shit. You act like you're disabled. You ain't disabled. You getting all crazy and get a crazy check. Fuck you. Why you get a fucking check just because you're crazy? And then, you know, just because you're old, you're going to take my money? No. You go get a job. You want to sit there and talk about free market economy and not giving a shit if they fucking die and shit? We don't give a the death panels. We don't give a fuck if you die. You didn't give a fuck about us. Why the fuck should we give a fuck about you? That was the idea of Social Security. You help the people before you. They help the next ones. But we don't, I mean, that's not even a public pension plan. It's like, that's kind of our own fucked up public pension plan. And you know who had public pension, old age pensions? For like 100 years, Otto von Bismarck, Germany. Germany's had fucking pensions, old age pensions, 1870s, and universal health care. And he did it to stop communism, right? Here's how he stopped communism. We pay our people the money that we've been taxing them. We pay and give them the things, you know, we tax them, and then we give them services with the taxes, you know, that we take from them. That's almost like so obvious. It almost hurts just for me to fucking say that. But that's where we're at. We're on ground fucking zero. We're on ground fucking zero. Where there's a culture of ignorance in Kentucky. So people are more likely to, you know, be happy that they're stupid. Like, hey, when computers, right, started, like in the 90s, started coming around. Oh, I don't know about that. I've been living without computers my whole life, and I ain't going to live with no more computers no more. Why would I need a computer? You know, I can learn everything just with my hands. I ain't got to read no book. I ain't got to do nothing. Just do. And yeah, you know, you can pick cotton till you're fucking dead in the face, and that might be what you want to do. That might be who you are, and that's your fucking life. But some people would like to rise up. Cotton picking don't move all of us. Cotton picking don't move me. It says that the support doesn't just stop with medical leave. Danish children have access to free or low-cost health care or child care. So when you have to find a babysitter or leave your fucking kids at the, you know, the daycare, or you have to find somebody, you know what I mean? Before school, free or low-cost health care. Free or low-cost. Early childhood education is associated with health and well-being throughout life. As well for mothers. Head Start for, you know, when they're 4 years old. Fucking genius. Fucking genius. What's more, this frees up young mothers to return to the workforce if they'd like to. The result, in Denmark, 79% of mothers return to their previous level of employment compared to 59% of American women. Meaning when American women have a baby, they stop fucking working. They don't go back to their shitty job. They said, fuck that, I'm done. But in Denmark, because they got a social safety system that actually supports young mothers, supports the mother and the child, right? They're not just pro-birth. They're not going to force a motherfucker who don't want to have kids to have the baby just to fucking screw them over once they get out. Oh, you get a damn job, you fucking, you know, rapist baby. That's what Republicans do. They'll force a fucking kid to have, you know, force a young, 15-year-old mother to have a kid that she didn't want to, right? It's God. God put that baby in you because the rapist fucked you, right? And when they have a baby, then they're going to sit there and say, no kindergarten for you, no education, no health care, not a goddamn thing for you, you know, suck it up, it's all. And, you know, there is a sort of an American spirit, a capitalist, I can do it all myself. Your economy lands on your head. But nobody taught me that. Nobody said that. Basically, it's like, this is America, you know, shut up, do as I tell you, or fuck, you know, fuck you. Fuck you. Y'all didn't do me right. Y'all didn't do anybody right. You guys are fucked up and you're backwards and it's bullshit. So anyways, Denmark is kicking ass, right? This frees up young mothers to return to the workforce if they'd like to. The result in Denmark, 79% of mothers return, whereas 59% of American women are not returning. These resources mean that women contribute 34 to 38% of income in Danish households with children, especially compared to American women who contribute 28% of the income. So, you know, women are making, you know, their effort. Gender equality is prioritized. That is an important thing in Danish society. Equality, not, you know, not hierarchy, equality. So the same respect you give to a man, you give to a woman. And the same respect you give to a woman, you give to a man, right? It's like black, white, gay, straight. Who gives a fuck? You be you, I be me. Whatever, you know, float your boat, but don't sink mine. Do your thing. You know, two gay men fucking in the privacy of their own homes don't affect me. A black man getting a job someplace, like a white man getting a job, they are both equally, you know, my brother, or equally a fucking threat, however you look at people. You know, are they a threat to your job or whatever? Or are they just another person, a part of the economy, you know, doing their fucking thing? It don't fucking matter. The race don't matter. The sexual orientation don't matter. And the gender don't matter. Equality, treating people right is what matters. So, Danish people are in touch with their primary care physician an average of nearly 7 times per year, according to a 2012 survey of family medicine in the country. And that means they have a single advocate who helps them navigate more complicated care. This gatekeeping system essentially is designed to support the principle that treatment ought to take place at the lowest effective care level, along with the idea of community continuity of care provided by a family doctor. So they have a family doctor, right? We got the emergency room. I don't know. If you don't have coverage, you're fucked in America. There are some people that don't have health insurance. Kentuckians signed up for Connect in fucking record numbers, right? 1 million Kentuckians now have health insurance that didn't have health insurance before. And Mitch McConnell says he's going to pull it up root and branch. Fuck you, Kentuckians, you poor-ass dumb motherfuckers. Right? Baby Coal Dust, that dumb bitch, is saying you go... She thinks that Gatewood would have voted for Mitch McConnell. Gatewood called Mitch an alien. But now the aliens look fucking normal. The aliens are fucking winning. And people think that the aliens... Well, if Mitch McConnell is who represents Kentucky, then Kentucky is filled with a bunch of fucking alien... wannabes or a bunch of alien cocksuckers. Either way, you're too fucking passive and obedient to the fucking paymasters, or you're a vindictive psycho fucking little turd, okay? Mitch McConnell's a fucking turd. Somebody was saying there, Obama's never got his hands dirty. You think Mitch McConnell got his hands dirty? Get the fuck out of here. So the gatekeeping system is designed to support the principle treatment not to take place, right? So I don't know what they're talking about here, but basically healthcare is a civil right. It's a human right. It's also a social support. By contrast, Americans seek medical care an average of fewer than 4 times per year, and they don't just visit their general practitioner. This figure includes emergency room visits, where many uninsured Americans must access doctors. This diversity of resources means that many Americans don't have continuity of care, not a single medical professional advocating for them and putting together a comprehensive medical history. Gender equality is prioritized. It's not just parents who can expect balanced gender norms. Denmark regularly ranks among the top 10 countries in the World Economic Forum's yearly report that measures gender equality. While no country in the world has yet achieved gender parity, Denmark and other Nordic countries are coming close. That is no small part because of the strong presence of women in leadership positions. Reported the World Economic Forum, the Nordic countries were also early starters in providing women with the right to vote. Sweden in 1919, Norway 1913, We did in 1919, Iceland, Denmark, 1915, Finland, and 1906. In Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, political parties introduced voluntary gender quotas in 1970s, resulting in high numbers of female political representatives over the years. In Denmark, in fact, this quota has been abandoned as no further stimulus is required. Indeed, the country currently has its first female prime minister, Helle Thorning-Schmidt, although she's been leader of the Social Democratic Party since 2005. Its blockbuster hit television show Borgen features a female prime minister, pictured above. Oh, she's the female prime minister. A complicated, strong female character stands in contrast to America's enduring obsession with male anti-heroes, but government leadership merely exemplifies greater gender balance throughout the culture, as Katie J.M. Baker puts it in her exploration of gender politics in the Scandinavian country. Unlike in America, where bestsellers goad already overworked and underpaid women to lean in even further, the assumption in Denmark is that feminism is a collective goal, not an individual pursuit. And that's absolutely fucking true. You know, feminism is equality, and you have to have both people involved with equality, and we need equality. You know, there's a lot of things that women, I'm really jealous of, that things that women do, things that they got culture, they got people that support them, they got people that love them, they got people that back them up. Whereas when it comes to white men, it just seems like a bunch of fucking individual, ravaged, fucking dog-eat-dog psychopaths out here. I just don't see decent fucking men out here. They lack empathy. They don't give a shit about anybody but their own fucking selves. And it's sad and pathetic and whatever, but my criticism for them and anybody who acts like them is equal. You know, just because you're gay or black or female, you used to be considered a minority, but you're actually the majority. And some people would even argue that you've been, you know, the center of the, you know, you haven't done shit when you first got here. The Puritans, the women didn't do the work out in the, right? They was wondering why the men was doing the women's work. You're working out in the field, that's women's work. That's what the natives were saying. So even back then, they were fucking in a weird, privileged, you know, as long as you kiss the man's ass type of fucking situation. I would never go back before feminism, but feminism is equality. And I think there's people that don't understand equality. They don't understand how to talk to people. They don't understand. They don't give a shit about science, and they don't give a shit about logic. They don't care about justice and doing what's fair and what's right. They care about protecting their buddies and their friends, but to fuck over anybody that's different than them or won't submit to them and kiss their fucking ass. Oh, you won't kiss my ass? Then I just fucking fired you. Oh, no, that's really fucking great. Is that really what this whole education system was here? It was based upon me kissing your fucking ass? And in some respects, I think it is. The whole education system, people go in, do as they're fucking told. They're not learning each other, talking to each other. They're not building those relationships. And when does your dignity, you know, who you are, what you know, you being a man and walking into some place and just being a bitch to somebody else, that's fucking, you know, that's some bullshit. How the fuck are you supposed to survive that shit unless you talk through this shit and figure this shit out? But if you don't do that, then, you know, you might have other people that think, I don't know. I just see a bunch of kiss asses who try to fucking act better, and if you do what they do, then they're like, well, you're stupid, and then you got a bunch of Uncle Toms, like, you know, a bunch of bitches crying over each other and bitching at each other. Or you have, you know, dignified, strong men who walk in, unionize, you got a job to do, you go do your job, you don't have the disrespect, you don't got the stupid, oh, well, you're a dumb faggot, ha 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 ha, nigger, ah ha ha. I hate those conversations. I'm so sick of those stupid ass fucking conversations. I would love to say, somebody be like, hey, guess what? The production, you know, value needs to go up. We need to cut some cost when it comes to labor. We need to do the. You just talk to me like a regular fucking person. Involve me in the entire operations of what's going on in your mind, in the company, in the world, in society. How the fuck you want to incorporate me? But if that conversation, you just want to go around being an asshole, and then somebody says some asshole shit back to you, and you're like, hey, I'm the massa. I'm the massa around here. I'm allowed to insult you and whip you and treat you like shit. Well, you can't make fun of me back. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. I'm trying to maintain a reputation in front of my employees. And you were so mean, and I didn't know what to do. I want to hit you, but that would have been an assault. You would have sued me, personal injury, and it's not a good look. I'm supposed to maintain my emotions. So, I mean, that's That's what you're like. That's what you're faced with, right? You're faced with like some fucking asshole just, and you gotta fucking kiss their ass. And if they're being an asshole, you gotta fucking go through it. No, you don't. And for people to say, well, that is the boss. I remember I had a job at Gallatin County Steel with a contractor, and the guy come over and he says, "You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that." Then he was about to walk away. I was like, "You can ask," and he was like, "Excuse me." I was like, I just don't like people giving me orders. Why can't you just ask me to do the things? Just do the damn work. And then walked away. And it was kind of like, okay, whatever. And then somebody come up to me and they was like, man, why did you ask him? Why didn't you ask? They was shocked. They was shocked. Like, we've been kissing our boss's ass our entire life. Why would you sit there and say, you know, that you got pride in yourself and you got dignity? That don't make any sense. Yeah, because you sold your fucking soul and you have no humanity for the entire fucking time you've existed. And just, I don't know. People live boring ass fucking lives, and I don't know if that's just, you know, well, you know, I'm a man on the assembly line. I'm a robot. I'm a machine. I got no heartbeat. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm supposed to have a heartbeat? Maybe times are so tough, you got to get a job no matter what, and you're so happy with the fucking job, you know, you'll just suck the fucking masses' dick till you're fucking blue in the face. And if times are that hard, only some people are making it and some people aren't, maybe that's a good tactic. But you don't have any goddamn soul and humanity, and you'll hate life and you'll hate work, and you'll taint everybody that you touch. You'll make everybody's life miserable because you're a miserable fucking creature. A cretin. Fucking troll. Life-sucking fucking troll. A life-sucking fucking parasitic fucking troll. So bicycling, by exercising, you know, you're less carbon footprint. By exercising, you're getting stronger. More people's like seeing it. It's good for community. You're damaging the road less, and you're saving in gas. I mean, so just the culture of riding bicycles. Gender equality, healthcare is a civil right. Denmark supports parents with medical leave, free or low child care cost. And the last thing is Danish culture puts a positive spin on its harsh environment. Here's how Danish people turn lemons into spiced mulled wine. Ever heard of the concept hygge? While some would define it as cultivated coziness, hygge is often considered the major weapon in combating the dreary darkness that befalls the Nordic country over the winter. In a place where the sun shines fewer than 7 hours during the height of the winter solstice, a level of darkness that can and does stir depression and sad feelings. The concept of a cozy scene full of love and indulgence can help to mitigate some of the season's worst psychological effects. After all, both strong social connections and many of the indulgent foods associated with hygge, such as chocolate, coffee, wine, are mood boosters. Chocolate, man. God, I just had some hot milk chocolate. Just fucking kicked ass. Coffee, wine, tea. I think tea is my coffee. But all those things, coffee, wine, tea, you know, that's all somehow, that's some mood, you know, changing thing. Everybody, it's all about drugs. That's all, you know, humans have been doing is getting their fucking drugs on. Whether you're addicted to sugar or fucking coffee, that's caffeine, you fucking addict. Let's go get some coffee together. Let's get some wine. Let's get some chocolate. Is that what the fuck people do? You all doing drugs together, and that's somehow better than when, you know, fucking heroin addicts get together? How's that any different? In Bolivia, they actually eat coca leaves while they work. Cocaine gives them energy while they're out in the fields. The Danish feel responsibility to one another. This is probably the best one, I think, right here. People are only nice until they don't have to be nice anymore. That's America. They're nice until they don't have to be nice anymore. If they think you're somebody, they'll kiss your ass, and say, well, you're just a regular person. Well, fuck you. What do you mean, fuck? I'm not. What do you mean? You thought that I was something that, so you was treating me different than how you would treat what the fuck? So Danes don't prioritize Social Security and safety simply so they can receive benefits. There's a real sense of collective responsibility and belonging. And this civic duty, combined with the economic security and work-life balance to support it, results in a high rate of volunteerism. According to government exploration of Danish responsibility, Denmark is a society where citizens participate and contributing to making society work. If you don't vote, you're not doing anything for society. If you don't vote, you're doing nothing political. You're not talking about the candidates. You're not defending your positions. You're not talking about the issues. What are you doing? You're a tyrannical fucking dickhead. Private pocket tyrannies. You're making shit up, getting little fucking legions of followers to believe you're dumbass. And people love the love, and people love, they're obedient sheeple. They need somebody to fucking tell them what to think. But if you don't have any thoughts and you're not going, where are you leading people? You know what I mean? The voting is the least you can do. If you don't fucking vote, God, you're the biggest fucking tool on the fucking planet. Oh, I couldn't go vote. I was watching Honey Boo Boo. Oh, jerking off the Honey Boo Boo. You sick pedophile fuck. That fat fucking nasty little bitch. That KFC, that bitch is fucking, she's Cartman, right? She's dipped in fucking grease. She's Miss Little lard ass princess. So, that's what you were doing? That's what was more important? Well, I don't vote, not good enough choices. That's true. There's good reasons not to vote. But are you doing anything else? I don't think you are. I don't think you're talking politics. I don't think you're looking at the fucking races. I don't think you're learning about it. I don't think you're trying to make policies better. You're not looking at what is important, what's not important. And since you're not looking at the big picture, you're not looking at your own fucking, your local politicians, your city councils, your mayors, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing for this democracy. No wonder our country's going away from us, because you're a lazy fucking backwards fucker. You don't give a shit about yourself. You don't give a shit about the community. Somebody was talking about Democratic Republic, which I'll actually come back with in a minute. But people are like, oh, tyranny of the majority, 51%. Motherfucker, the 1% owns everything. What democracy are you talking about? There is no democracy in America. There is no democracy here. So in the Danes, they do voluntary work in cultural, sports associations, NGOs, non-government organizations, social organizations, political organizations. They are civic-minded, civic-aware. They have groups everywhere they're going. Everywhere they go, they're in some type of group. They care about the people. They're doing this or helping others. There's a wealth of associations. In 2006, there were 101,000 Danish organizations, worth noting in a population of just 5.5 million. We have 4.3 million. They just have 1 more million than us, and we got more land. They have 30 fucking kilometers of land, 30,000 kilometers or some shit, millions or something. We got 40. And so that means we have like, I don't know, 25%, 33% more land than what the fuck they got. We got way more land, not way more, but a little bit more. And, they got a little bit more people. It seems like they are doing better with less land and more concentration of people than what we're doing with less people and bigger land mass. That's fucked up. The Danes are kicking ass when it comes to the GDP per capita. We need to work on that. In Kentucky, we need to work on getting into associations, working on about economy, economics. We should talk about this shit. I remember going to a class with this guy in economics class, but he acted like he knew everything there was to know about economics, right? He didn't get perfect fucking grades on his tests, fucking kissed the professor's ass every goddamn day. These conversations are important, right? Didn't even know what the Higgs boson was, but he fucking knew it all. No. Let's quit pretending to know everything. Quit pretending we're the smartest fucking people on the planet. Admit when you don't know shit. And let's have a real fucking conversation about life. Just going to be laughing at a storm. Hey, I got my job. I got my fucking paycheck. So, suck the world, everybody. Suck my dick. Kiss my ass, everybody. I'm gonna make mine. I don't give a fuck about any of you all. Nah, you guys, you're by being an Uncle Tom, you're already a bitch-ass fucking piece of shit anyway. So you're already a parasite to the fucking system. You think what? By you going there and driving a goddamn tow fucking motor, you think by going to some fucking McDonald's every day, doing assembly line work, somehow you're helping me? Well, I got me a job. Yeah, you're helping fucking McDonald's make a shit ton of fucking money. That's the group, that's the association that you're with. You're not in part of any association. You're not with any civic groups. You're not with any NGOs or sports associations. You're not doing volunteering. You're not doing any of this shit because you don't give a fuck about anybody and anything. So you're not doing your American duty. This should be fucking water cooler talk. This should be common sense. So when people talk about economics, when people talk about real shit, listen up. Listen the fuck up, Just because you're an asshole who sold your fucking soul out, maybe you don't know how to do it. Maybe you got no humanity. You don't know how to recognize it in others. Maybe you don't know how to build culture. Maybe you don't know how to respect other people's consciousness. I would respect that you're fucking ignorant of those things. But how are you going to get better if you never admit that you're fucking ignorant of their sayings? It's a brave new world, postmodern internet generation. Times have changed. Saw a conversation recently, great conversation. She was like, I'm old school. Don't Facebook me, text me. And the woman was like, texting isn't old school. And she's right. You're old school, texting, old school. Shut the fuck up. God damn, you got cell phones? Old school? Go to fucking Haiti. Go to fucking, you know what I mean? Cell phones. You rich, privileged motherfucker. You sitting there acting like you old school and you got a goddamn cell phone. Get the fuck out of here, man. People are so stupid. You acting dumb because that's a culture of ignorance in this fucking state. You acting dumb because intelligence ain't fucking valued. And why would you be afraid of somebody? Oh, he's smart. Well, fuck him. No, he's smart. Then that motherfucker is going to come up with some good ideas and good conversation. He's an interesting fucking person. You want that person around. What do you mean, fuck him? The only way you'd be fuck him is if, like, you know, I don't know, he's irrelevant or something. Don't know how to tie his own shoelaces or some stupid shit. But that, fuck him, fuck you. Tired of culture of ignorance. Danes feel responsibility towards one another. The Danish culture puts a positive spin on the environment. Biking is the norm. Exercise, caring about one another. Gender equality is prioritized. Healthcare is a civil right. Denmark supports parents. And they're the happiest country in the world. Kentucky needs to do all these things. Fuck Indiana. Fuck Tennessee. They're doing better than us in some respects, I'm sure. Ohio's kicking ass. Fuck you, Ohio. You got a good ass economy, so we can learn from what Ohio's doing. We can learn from what Tennessee's doing. Virginia's top 10. Ohio's number 7 GDP. Illinois is number 5. We can learn from Illinois. They got a high GDP. Ohio's got a high GDP. Virginia's got a high GDP. Tennessee's number 19. I think we're number, what, 30, 37, 28. We're 28th for the GDP, so we're underneath Tennessee. We are kicking West Virginia, so fuck you, West Virginia. We're kicking your fucking ass in GDP. You haven't produced a goddamn thing. You're 39. I mean, that means there's actually fucking 11 states worse than you, so congrats. You ain't as bad as I thought you was, but we 28. We're almost at the middle mark. Missouri, Indiana, they're doing a little bit better than us. So, you know, congratulations to them. I know I want to say fuck them. I'm so anxious to say fuck them for some reason. And they have better numbers than us. And so, until Kentucky, I mean, GDP just makes shit. The more shit you make, the more shit you can sell. Good for the economy. That's the short end for basically, that's macroeconomics 101. Make a bunch of shit. I don't think the economists have it right, but that's what they believe. You know, you make more shit. I think the distribution has to matter, right? Who gives a fuck if you make a bunch of shit and there's people dying on the streets? So Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, the Dutch, Denmark, the Denmark, the Danes, not the Dutch. All right, fine. The Danes. Netherlands is Amsterdam. They've been smoking marijuana there. They got the Hanseatic League. They got all the different languages. They kicking ass. And Kentucky would do itself a favor if they started listening to what other countries are doing. So Johnny Masters, Kentucky economics, video 3, done. Viva la revolution. Rise up, people.